Hey everybody, we are in the sixth tutorial of charting in single case research. I just noticed in the last video some of the screen was getting cropped out, probably closer on this right side. So I'm going to go through a couple of the elements I think you guys might have not been able to see. So just a quick example for some of the styling for the individual elements. You may not have seen these areas. And in the last video, we took, say, a series like this, and we edited the line colors. We set our widths to 1. We modified our markers to be specific ones with specific sizes. We filled them here, and we gave them specific borders. So that's largely what we did in the last one. What we're doing now is we have to add some type of boundary between phases so it's very clear that something has changed. Historically, folks have gone about doing this by drawing lines like so on a chart, which if your chart never moves isn't that bad, but you'll notice whenever your chart changes size, it's going to be like doing the same process over and over. So instead of that, I'm going to propose we do a different way. Just give that a color so I know it's different. So now we're going to talk about a line, but a line not for data, a line as a phase line. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to select some data. And what we're going to do is, just like we added lines for baseline and treatment, we're going to add a line, just a vertical line, to separate off these two types of data. So I'm going to call this phase change number 1. Now, right now Excel sees it as this point at 1 and 1 by default. But I want to tell Excel to make a line from in between here, like down here, to in between here up here. And I'm going to do that by saying the x coordinates should be 6.5, because it's between 6 and 7, and 6.5. Now that's going to tell Excel that it's got to be in there, and that's just 1 point. I want to tell Excel start at 0 and go all the way to the top of my chart to 10. And now what we see here is we got something in there. Doesn't look great, but it does move with our data the way we want it to. So we're going to style this. So we're going to format it. Just like the other types of lines, we're going to give it a solid color. I'm going to make it black. I'm going to set its width to 1. I'm going to turn off our markers. And then at the end, we have this very handsome looking phase change line that tends to grow with our data as we make more and more. So long story short, this guy, this homemade line, you just get rid of that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to repeat this process 2 more times. And we'll call one phase change 2. The x is between 11 and 12, so it's 11.5 comma 11.5, and the y values again 0 and 10. I'm going to add our third phase change line, and this is between 14 and 15, so it's 14.5 comma 14.5, and 0 and 10 again. Now we're going to format our data series just like before. Solid line, make it black, weight 1, no marker. Solid line, turn it black, width to 1, no marker. So now our chart, we could add data, phase, different phases, we could add and remove things, and these lines are going to be right exactly where they need to be. Down here, since we added things as data, Excel's going to want to put them in the legend, but all we got to do is double click on them and then hit delete. Double click on one we don't want, delete. Double click on it if we don't want it, and delete. So the legend cleans up and our lines are still there. So that's it for this tutorial. Next we'll be putting in labels for the chart, and we'll be using labels that move along with the data just as the phase change lines do. So stay tuned, check the channel, check the website. See you later.